Well, we're back now with Ekkehard Ernst, Chief of the Macroeconomics Policy Unit at the International Labour Organization. And of course, migration, especially because of poverty, it's not a new phenomenon. We've seen in the last 2 centuries Italians, Germans, Irish fleeing to the United States, fleeing famine. What is different now?
Well, the proportion is certainly much bigger now than it used to be. We count around 230 million worker migrations around the world. Most of the migration actually happens between advanced economies because people want to take advantage of different employment opportunities, of possibilities to use their skills. And so they migrate actually between advanced economies, Germans going to the United States.
But it's like healthy competition in a way then. And it's not really fleeing poverty.
In advanced economies, certainly not. And then what we also see is a lot of migration among underdeveloped countries. Within Africa, for instance, people move much more than we actually think they do.
And of course, I mean, when it comes to fleeing not war, but poverty and famine, I mean, nobody can argue that why shouldn't these people also go to places where they can hope they will have a better life? How can this kind of migration be handled better?
Well, what is important is that these migrants, actually, when they enter a different country, especially when they come to us, that they have exactly the same rights as everybody else. So they're not being exploited, they're not being taking advantage of their particular situation.
But that's exactly what development agencies, governmental and private ones, have been working for decades now. Have they not done enough?
Well, that is our task, for instance, at the ILO, that we really want to make sure that labour market conditions, labour conditions in these countries improve. That's why we work constantly in these countries and help the governments to actually implement the right protection, the right systems for these labour markets to develop.
Is there anything that Germany in particular can contribute? Because on a smaller scale, we've experienced migration from the former East to West Germany, and former East Germany still suffers from it. Is there anything that we can say, this is the lesson that we have learned, and transport it to the others?
Well, Germany does already a lot in terms of transporting these lessons, especially when it comes down to the education system. For instance, we do a lot of effort even within Europe to help countries to develop better education systems, to help these people stay actually in their home countries.
All right. But there's still a lot of work to be done. Ekkehard Ernst, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.